What's up, y'all? It's the kid Pluto here, and this is my first podcast, episode 1 of many. And I just thought I'd do a little something to connect with my fans, my followers, show y'all how much I appreciate y'all, just to give you a little insight on me, um, just to connect a little bit. So I got a few questions here that y'all asked, and I'm gonna just start off with the first one. And it says, "What is the reason for you to start making music?" And I started making music when I was in, I think, around 5th or 6th grade, maybe before then. Little middle school kid making beats on his iPhone, on my iPod. I didn't have a phone back then. But yeah, so it was around 5th or 6th grade. And actually, wait, whoa, I started making music when I was in preschool. Not preschool. I was in the 1st grade. I wrote my first song. It was trash, of course, but I actually started writing music in 1st grade. Then I was kind of on and off here and there. 6th grade is when I started making beats and stuff. And I connected with my cousin. I went over his house one day, and he had a Mac. I had never seen a Mac before, but he had a Mac, and I thought it was cool. So we checked it out, and we came across GarageBand. And I never knew anything about GarageBand. I had an iPod. It was on there. I always had access to it, but I never really checked it out. So we looked at GarageBand, and we started making beats and stuff. And when we made the beats, it was like, "Ooh, this is fire. Wait, we need to make a song to this." So we recorded about 5 or 6 songs. They were all pretty trash, but we liked them. So I know there was one specific one that we really liked, and we downloaded it, and we emailed it to everyone that we thought would like it. So I emailed it to myself. He emailed it to himself. I emailed it to my grandparents, my dad, everybody in my family. I was so hyped. I was like, yeah, I finally made a song. This is my first song. It's about to blow. I'm going to be the next big thing. I think I was, what did I call myself back then? Oh, I called myself J Money back then. That was my rap name. And after that, I kind of started taking it more seriously, because I realized how fun it was to make music and how easy it was for me to make music. So I just went on with it. I got an iPod that Christmas or the Christmas after, and I was making beats off my iPod with GarageBand, just like simple loops and stuff that they have. And I kept growing and growing and growing, and my equipment kept getting better over time. And I met my dude Kylan, and Kylan is like one of my best friends. Like, we randomly met each other, and we found out that we had a ton of stuff in common. Like, it was crazy. So we were little. I was a 6th grader. He was a 7th grader. So we was these little kids still playing Minecraft and stuff. We was playing outside. Had a beautiful imagination. Just doing random stuff. We was bad. But yeah. So I met Kylan, and then Kylan started making beats off of his phone. So we would both make beats, and we would just send them to each other and be like, oh yeah, that beat's fire, I think you should do this and this and that, or you should do that. Like, we was just critiquing each other, trying to build each other up, make each other better. We still do that to this day. Like, that's my partner. So yeah, we just kept growing and growing and growing, and here I am now, making a podcast in my bedroom. Yeah, but it was a fun journey. I kind of cut it short a little bit. There's a lot more detail into it. I might talk about my childhood in a different podcast. Not today. Not today. I don't know if we got time for that today. Another question was, who are some artists or some songs that inspired you? That's a tough question. Some artists that inspired me. I'd have to say, most recently, I'd have to say Lil Uzi, just because of how different he is and how he's not afraid to be himself. And I admire that. Being yourself is the best thing you could be. There's a Lil Uzi, Playboy Cardi, for the same reason, because he's different and he's himself. He's not like anybody else. But now, some real meaningful people, I'd have to say Drake is up there. Drake is a very versatile artist. He can sing and he can rap. A lot of people can't do that. So, being that he could do that, I saw an opportunity like, hey, he could sing and rap. Nobody else is singing and rapping. This dude is different. Like, that's what's up. I mess with it. I respect the hustle. Yeah. And I used to sing a little bit in my younger days. I took choir. I had a little solo in elementary school. Yeah, I used to sing. So I kind of implement it into my songs now. I know. Other than that, I really didn't have any artists that inspired me. Definitely don't have any songs that really inspired me, just because I love so many songs. I could have a whole podcast full of songs that I like. Songs are just beautiful in their own way. All types of genres. Next question. What do you have to feel to start writing a song? Okay. So, this is funny. A lot of people think like you have to feel a certain way to write a song, or you have to think a certain way to write a song, which isn't really true. I mean, of course, raw emotion and putting emotion into your lyrics is good, it's fun, it's great. It makes it real. But honestly, if you just talk about stuff that's like that you're living through, that you're going through, just like you could rap about your day, you know what I mean? As long as you're not rapping about things that is fake, or singing about things that are fake. You gotta be true to yourself. You gotta tell the truth within your lyrics. Because if you lie, then it'll show. Like, you'll be faking it till you make it. And then once you make it, it's like, oh, well, I got all this stuff now. I don't have anything to lie about. Let me rap about the stuff that I got. And you won't be used to it. You'll feel weird. It won't feel the same. So if you if you start off rapping about your life now, if you start off just being yourself within the lyrics, then later on when you start to grow, you could look back at those songs and be like, yo, like, I came a long way. I did a lot. Like, you'll appreciate your music more. So, to answer your question, just be real, be yourself. Um, the process behind making a song. Okay. Um, my process specifically is just living my everyday life, and if I think of something, I'll write it down. If something important happens, I'll write a lyric about it or a verse about it. Um, just like simple stuff, like whatever comes to my head, I write it down. I make sure I have something to write down my thoughts on. Uh, I make poems, so I turn my poems into songs every once in a while. Um, yeah, that's that's it. It'd be a few times where I go on YouTube and I listen to some beats just to like get a feel for the beat, and then I'll try and like switch up different flows with the beat or try different flows just to just to change it up a little bit, not to like feel the same or be the same every time and be bland. uh I kind of want to like spice it up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Put some sauce on it. um why do I write? I write because I feel like I can't really talk to anybody. Even though I know I have a ton of people that love me, that would love to be there to comfort me and help me out with my issues. Um, I've always felt since like I was a kid that I was just by myself. So I've always went through life with that mentality, like I'm by myself. And writing just became that therapist to me. Um, I never really believed in going to the therapist, even though I went to different therapists multiple times. I just would sit down, write a poem or write a song, and call it a day. Um, it's just therapeutic to me. Um, what is my message or end goal? Um, Personally, my message is to be you. You know what I mean? Um, I really don't have any other message to tell you. Like, just be yourself. If you want to be an artist, be an artist. If you want to be a doctor, be a doctor, an engineer. Do whatever you want to do. Like, don't limit yourself to anything. And even if you go ahead and do those things, I encourage you to be more, like, do more. Like, you could be a doctor and also have like a side business and I don't know, selling shoes or something. You could have a little shoe shop that you have on the corner or something. I don't know. Like, just conquer the world. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people limit themselves and say, oh, I'm gonna just be this and be cool with it. I got my money coming in. I'm content. I'm living my best life. It is what it is. And you may be living your best life. If you feeling good about your life, go ahead. But I also feel like you can do more. So yeah, just be you. And my end goal would be to to be able to spread my message, to get my music out there, have the whole world listen to it. If I get some awards on the way, um, thank you. I had to be blessed, but that's my goal. Isn't to get awards. My goal is to just be happy with what I'm doing, and I'm happy now. But I want to do more. um, why'd I choose my name? Man, okay. Alright, so the kid Pluto is it describes my personality in 3 words. Well, actually one. But it's weird how like it connected. So it was this one day where I was chilling with my dude Kylan, and we was just talking. We was chilling out on his back porch or something like that, and it was at night, and I looked up at the stars, and I just got lost in my thoughts, and that's where like Pluto came in, because like I felt like I was lost in deep space, and Pluto is kind of like the furthest planet from Earth, so it's kind of lost in deep space. There's that. Then Pluto is a dwarf planet. I know a lot of people say that it's not a planet, but it's a dwarf planet, and it's different from all the other planets. So I said, hey, I'm the kid Pluto because I'm different from all these other rappers. I'm my own artist. Like, I'm my own breed. I'm not like y'all. So yeah, that's where I got my name from. There's a few other things to it, but yeah, that's the majority. Um, well, that's that's all the questions that I have for today. I know this is short. It's only a 20-minute long podcast, but it's the first one. It's the seed. I'm gonna plant this seed, post it everywhere. Y'all gonna listen to it. Send me some questions back. The seed will grow. The podcast will get longer. We'll get more listeners, and so forth. So, I want to thank y'all for listening. Uh, Make sure you follow me on Instagram, SoundCloud. Um, it's the Kid Pluto everywhere. Twitter, the Kid Pluto. Just look me up. And yeah, so just hit my DMs for questions that you want me to answer. All my information will be in the description or whatever. And yeah, peace.